Caressa Jackson for Heart of the Home. Thank you so much for joining us for this special episode. We're at the State Fair of Virginia at the Block Bridle tent, and I'm here with my friend Austin, who's going to tell us a little bit about what the Block Bridle Club is. So could you explain a little bit?
Yeah, Block Bridle is a nationally recognized animal science club. We do a lot of things for the 4-H and FFA children. We teach about animal science, meat science, things like that. Do a lot of barbecues. At events like this is actually our main fundraiser for the year. So nationally recognized at many colleges throughout the United States.
Awesome. So Austin and I are going to be walking through the tent a little bit. He's going to show me some of the amazing recipes that they have here, and then we're going to try some in a little bit. We're really excited. So we are now at the grilling portion for our pork butts, but it looks like there's a really good marinade on it. The aroma is awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about the steps prior to putting the meat on the grill?
Yeah, basically the Boston butts come right out of the refrigerator, and we just put a rub on there. It's basically just a salt and pepper mixture, about 50-50, so pretty simple really. It's coarse ground pepper and salt.
Okay.
And put it on there pretty thick, but not too thick, you know, kind of go by the taste.
Yeah, and you can get coarse ground salt and pepper at your local grocery store, so this is definitely something that you can do in your house. About how long do you massage the meat, or you just get it all over and then put it on? It
doesn't really have to be a certain amount of time. Just make sure it's covered well, and it helps if you rub it in a little bit maybe, but not a really long time.
How long do you marinate it? Does it need to sit for a while, overnight, a few minutes?
It's not really a set time. You know, sometimes we will do it the night ahead.
Okay.
That could affect it, but with the rub, really, I don't think it affects it too much. It really soaks in as we're cooking the meat, so having it on the grill is the big thing.
So I would assume that a recipe like this works best on a propane or a gas grill. What temperature would we want to get our grills up to at home, and what are some best practices for us to make sure that our pork butts come out the best way?
Okay. Well, this grill, we usually it's at about 350 right now, and it doesn't have to be that hot, but you know, the hotter is, the less time it will take to get it up to temp. So a good hot grill is probably necessary. Enclosed grill is good to have. It keeps the heat in there, so you know, any type of gas or propane grill would probably be fine at home. Okay, and so once our gas grill or our propane grill has reached the temperature of 350, do we want to turn it down at all for the duration of the time that it's cooking, or leave it? Go ahead and leave it up there.
Okay.
And once you get it turned over and wrapped in tinfoil, which just holds the moisture in there, just kind of leave it at that temp, and it'll wait till it reaches 190, 200, and you should be good to go. Okay.
Now, is there a reason that you cook it fat side up in the aluminum foil?
Yeah, as the fat's up, it lets the juices run down inside and adds that flavor to it, so just makes it a lot better taste in there.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to taste it. 3 more hours. So while we're waiting on those pork butts to marinate, Austin's going to tell us a little bit about one of the things that Block Bridle also offers, and that's a quarter chicken. They are right here and they are grilling. So can you tell us a little bit about what you did to the chicken before you put it in the grill?
Yeah, basically we marinate the chicken, and this can be, you know, your own marinade recipe or whatever works for you there, but we kind of use I don't have all the ingredients memorized. Vinegar, vegetable oil, various seasonings, poultry seasoning, salt and pepper, things like that. Marinate it. Preferably, it's good to do it for several hours, but you know, whatever time allows, but at least several hours in the marinade, and then we throw it on the grill. Okay, and so we're about to put a base on it a little bit. How long have they been grilling before we do this? I would say about a half hour, 45 minutes. Okay. The total process probably takes an hour and 15 minutes to get them totally up to temperature, which is about 165. We usually take them a little past that to give them a good golden brown color, you know, to get the skin good and crispy. Maybe 170, 175, something like that. So. And what's in our base that you're about to add to the chicken? The base is, it's also a vinegar based with vegetable oil, tomato juice, various seasonings, garlic and onion salt, and things like that. So once again, use your favorite base and it should work out fine. If I were going to grill a chicken like this at home, how would I do it? Is it important for my grill to remain closed? Could I do a charcoal grill since this recipe is a little shorter than our pork butts? You could do a charcoal grill, I believe, and it would be, you know, enclosed if you had a lid. It should be fine. Main thing is just to get it up to temperature, and that's about all you need to do. Make sure it doesn't dry out, you know, baste it, and you should be fine. Any type of grill, propane, charcoal. And what temperature should we bring our chicken up to? Safe temperature is 165, but like I said, a little higher than that gets it done a little more and gets the skin a nice brown color to it there. So awesome. All right, we've just got our Boston butts off of the grill. We're getting ready to grind them into pulled pork barbecue. We cook these butts to about 190, 200 degrees. Safe temperature is 165, but if you cook them up to about 200, it just falls off the bone. So we're going to start grinding these.
So is this a traditional pulled pork? Is it a minced pork?
Yeah, it's ground actually. We don't want it too minced though. Just ground enough to look good on the sandwich.
Okay.
It's not really a science to it.
Okay. Looks good. Now, how would you do this at home if you don't have a grinder like this?
Well, that would be more of a pulled pork, I guess. You'd have to do it by hand.
Okay. Could you possibly chop it?
You could chop it.
Okay.
Soon.
All right.
You would want to get it up to these temperatures at least, though, probably, because it really, if it's not to these high temperatures, it just doesn't come apart very easy.
Okay. We are here at the front line of the Block and Bridle tent, where it all goes down and people are served up this wonderful food. So I think we're going to get ready to have some, right?
That's right.
Awesome.
These two young ladies will get you served here.
Okay.
Pork?
Yes. We are about to eat, but before we do that, there's some sauces here that we can add to our sandwiches, right?
Yes, there is. We have two options actually for barbecue sauces. We have a Carolina type vinegar based sauce and also just a regular kind of a sweet barbecue sauce. So those two options.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm going to go for the Carolina. Thank you so much. Again, this is Caressa Jackson for a special edition of Heart of the Home at the State Fair, Virginia at the Block and Bridle tent. Austin and I have had a great time today. So if you stop by the fair, make sure you stop by the Block and Bridle tent, because what better way to fundraise than to eat some barbecue?